Hello, guys. I hope everybody is doing good and everybody is able to see me, hear me properly. Okay. In today's session, we're going to be doing a quick round about how should you prepare for the last 1 month of your FRM Level 1 exam and your FRM Level 2 exam. Hi, friends. This is Ganesh Nayak, and we're going to be going through this session to help you manage that last 1 month and also how do you take care of the anxiety for the exam. Okay. So, FRM Level 1, Level 2. Okay. We are talking about the next upcoming exam, which is the May exam. Okay. So, first we'll be focusing on FRM Level 1. Okay. FRM Level 1 has around four books. Okay. The weightages are given on the screen. Okay, we all know students have been preparing for it. So there's book one, book two, book three, book four. Okay, book three and book four has the highest amount of weightage, which is around 30%, and then the remaining two books have 20%. When you look at the overall chapters, okay, that's around 62 chapters. And out of that 62 chapters, okay, 13 chapters are pure theory. Okay, you will not find any calculation, anything. But the remaining 49 chapter, there is some level of calculation which is there in the chapter. Okay, so it's a theory plus numeric concept also being tested in the exam. Okay, so that's the bifurcation of the overall 62 chapters. Now, when is the exam? Okay, so exam window for level one is May 9th to May 15th. Okay, now you can choose any of the date to go and sit for the exam. I generally recommend people is that either you choose, okay, at the start, say 9th or 10th, or basically exactly in between, 11th, okay, or maximum 12, okay, do not go at the end. So try to book your exam before 12th May and complete the exam. Okay. Now there is no explicit reason that the institute has highlighted or anything. This is just based on my experience. I'm telling people to register early for the exam and complete the exam as soon as possible. Okay. Next is what should be your focus when you're preparing for FRM level one, the last 1 month. What should be your focus? Okay. Your focus should be that how can I do a complete full revision. Now, a lot of students who have already done one revision or they've already completed the curriculum, for them it is going to be easy. Okay, they will be able to do at least two or three revision in the last 1 month. Okay, so your focus should be how should I make sure that the full revision is being done, okay, at least once before I go to the exam. Okay. Next is what are the important concepts for each book. Okay. Now, what I have also done is I've created a list of important concepts. I try to create a video also for the same, but these are the important concepts which are generally getting tested in the exam. So that PDF is also available on our website for free. You can download it over there. Next, mock papers and analysis. Now, this is very important and slightly critical. If you have already completed your portion, then in that case, you should be able to give at least 3 to 4 mock papers. And exam mock paper giving is not the only thing that you have to be stopping at. You should be focusing on that after giving the mock, how do I analyze the mocks? Okay, that is very important, especially for working professionals. Okay, you'll have to slightly dedicate more time because you'll have to give at least 2 hours to go through the mock papers again, look at each questions, each concept from where it is coming, and then based on that, you can basically create your strategy for the next mock. Okay, which chapter to revise, which concept to revise, what should be your order of revision, ideally for the next mock. That is what you're going to be planning. Okay, and lastly, mock sample papers which are being provided by GAR. Okay, make sure that you do that sample paper properly. Okay, even though suppose you have not been prepared well, okay, you're not completed your portion also properly. Let us assume that. In that case, also you should be making sure that you at least solve the GARP sample paper for 2026. Okay. Previous year sample papers are almost repeat. So even if you solve the latest one, that's more than enough. Plus, you should be solving 2, 3 more papers of, if you have time, of any institute where you're preparing. So for Fintelligents, we generally provide 4 papers, and I tell people that solve those at least 3 papers from Intelligence and then solve one paper from the GARP sample paper. Okay, so this should be your focus in the last 1 month. Now, over here, okay, what is the commitment that is needed from the audience, from the students for the last 1 month? Okay, now over here, I generally tell people that bifurcate your entire 30 days into two buckets. Okay, so the first bucket is the first 20 days. Okay, and you have to focus that. Okay, and I'm assuming that you're a working professional. Okay, so over here, give 3 hours, okay, per day, okay, by default, and on weekends, okay, give slightly more. So on weekends, you have to add more 7 hours. Okay, so it is, if you calculate the overall numbers, okay, you should be able to reach roughly around 70 hours. okay, in the first 20 days of your preparation. Now, why am I saying this? Okay, because see, I understand that working professionals might not be able to take the holidays before. They will only be able to take the holidays in the last week or last 10 days of the exam. So hence, I'm only suggesting them to give 3 hours minimum, okay, so that there is some level of continuity. And if you're even if you're dedicating roughly 60, 70 hours in that time frame, okay, then that is also more than enough, okay, for your revision impact. Okay, how you should use that time frame, I'll talk about it. Okay. Now, if you're a student, college student, then ideally, okay, you will be in a position to dedicate more time. Okay. So your focus should be how I can do the revision fast. And when I'm saying revision, make sure that you read the Swagger books once again properly, end to end. Okay. Even though you're referring to the videos, summary videos, please make sure that you go through the entire sample Swagger book entirely once. It will give you a lot of confidence before the exam. Okay. Lastly, in the last 10 days, okay, you should be focusing on dedicating more number of hours. Now, over here, I've made an assumption that even if you're working, you will getting some holidays. Okay. So overall, if you dedicate 8 hours per day and you are able to give 10 days consistently, then it is going to add 80 hours roughly. Okay. And you should be in a position to complete around 150 hours in the last 1 month itself. Okay. This is a ballpark number. Some students might be able to give more, some students might be able to give less, but this is an average number that I expect people give in the last 1 month to do the entire full revision properly. Okay. And it also includes mock solving and all. How should I utilize my time? If I have given 150 hour, how should I utilize my time? Okay. So, order of revision. Okay. Now, students are preparing with me. Okay. I generally give them a Excel sheet where there are chapters which are connected. Okay. That order is good for the first reading. Okay. When you're reading the concept, new concept, when you're reading the chapter new. So, if you follow the order, you will be in a better position to understand the concept. But the moment you go into revision, okay, and that too in the last 1 month of revision, okay, I would generally suggest that you complete book 4 and book 3 first, even though if suppose there is any delay from your end and you are not able to complete the revision, at least book 4 and book 3 will be completed. Okay, then you go to book 2 and then you go to book 1. Okay, a lot of students, they have a fear in mind that book two is more quant and all, but I would tell them that primarily theory-based questions will come from book two. Okay, majority you'll find theory-based questions. Okay, so make sure your understanding is good. And also, students who are not very good in book two or quant section, even if you're not performing very good, even if you got fourth quartile in book two, but you are performing very good in book three, book four, and others, at least second quartile in all the three books, there is good chance that you'll pass the exam. Okay, so do not panic, do not worry much. Focus on how you can prepare better for the last 1 month of your preparation. Okay, this is the order of revision for your exam. Okay, how should you dedicate? Okay, like I said, the time I've given you. Now, what is the plan? Do the full revision from in the first 10 days. Do the first full revision of 4 books. Okay, now if you've already completed that, okay, then you can enter into sectional test. So revise the book, do the sectional test. But suppose you just completed at day zero, that means 1 month before the exam, if you have completed your portion, then in the next 10 days, you do your full revision of the content, okay, entire 4 books, and give sectional test. That means revise the entire book, give the test. Revise the entire book, give the test. Okay. Intelligent students, you have the sectional test in your question bank also. Once you're reached 10th, okay, 10th day, what you should be doing is dedicate fixed date and time when are you going to give the mocks. Okay, for example, when I reach on day 10, I have identified that okay, I will be giving mocks on 11th, 1 day later. What time I will give? Fix that. Okay, so if suppose you're giving your first mock, okay, on 11th day, okay, you're giving 2 3 days time to revise. Now, why am I giving slightly more time over here? Because initially, when you give your first mock, okay, it can be your institute mock, like for example, Fintelligents mock. Okay, you will need some time to do the revision to understand the concept because you're giving the mock for the first time. After giving the mock, you'll analyze and then you'll change your strategy, identify weak areas, you'll revise them more. So that's why I've given you slightly more number of time. Once you've done, okay, then you're giving on day 15 second mock and obviously you'll analyze. Please make sure that you have already identified the date, the time, when are you going to give the exam. Treat it like an exam, proper exam. Now you're giving very less time, okay, and going for the third mock on day 19. Again, revise the chapters which you are facing problem, revise the difficult concepts, revise the important concepts, go through them properly, and then give the exam. So you're giving second mock on day 15, third mock on day 19. Okay. And then see, after the third mock, I am asking you to solve the GARP sample paper, which is the latest one. 2026 sample paper. Okay, when you give the sample paper, make sure you are giving it properly again as an exam. Okay, analyze the mock papers properly, and then you start doing your final full revision before the actual exam. This is very, very important. Even though you have given 2, 3 mocks, you have to dedicate at least 2 to 3 days before the exam to do entire full revision. Look at all the formulas, all the important concepts, all the critical areas of the exam properly. So read all the formulas and all the important concepts. Revise all the 4 books properly. Revise all the 4 books properly. That is very, very important. Okay. So in this is the last month overall strategy that FRM level and students should follow. Okay. Now I'm going towards the FRM level 2. Okay. So the students who are preparing for the upcoming May exam for the FRM level 2, this 1 month strategy will also be helpful. There are 6 books that we have in FRM level 2. Okay. Now, when you look at the weightages, market risk, credit risk, and operation risk is the most important book in terms of the weightages. Okay. And when you look at the chapter size, okay, you will find that operational risk, credit risk has huge number of chapters which are available. Okay. So from that perspective, these are bulky books. Okay, so 108 chapters. They've also in 2026 exam, they have added entire current issues has been changed. Then in your risk management investment management book, they have added new chapters. Okay, new chapters. Some chapters they have moved from liquidity risk to risk management and investment management book. Okay, but overall, the content of level 2 is heavy theory. Whatever calculation you're seeing, you will see that calculation in market risk and credit risk only. Okay, most of the calculation is there, and to a certain level, some level of calculation is also there in the risk management investment management book. But overall, the concept is theory. Out of the 80 questions, what I have seen is that 60 question is going to be primarily theory, 60 to 65, the remaining 10, 15 question will be calculation. Okay, your exam date is between May 16 and 17. Ideally, try to figure out and give the exam before 17. This is just a suggestion. Okay, based on my experience, I'm highlighting that give the exam at the early dates. Okay, what should be your revision order? Start with credit risk, then market risk. These are the 2 most critical books, and these are the books which are going to decide whether you're going to pass the exam or not. Make sure that you've gone through the content properly, do the revision in this order. Okay, then this book, which is the operation risk, I generally tell people read it like novel. Okay, keep on reading it every single day. Okay, in the last 1 month, for the at least for the first 20 days, even if you're reading 2 to 3 chapters every single day, just reading the treasure book, you'll be able to completely read the operation risk. And also, you can do the same thing for liquidity. To a certain chapter is slightly tough, but overall, operation risk and liquidity risk is theory. What you can do if you take 20 days, and suppose you are saying that I will revise operation risk 2 chapters or 3 chapters every single day, liquidity risk 2 chapter, 3 chapter. In that 20 days, you'll be able to revise the entire curriculum of these 2 books 2, 3 times by default. Okay, and you should do this when you're not motivated to read. So, for example, you're doing lunch, read the chapter along with that. Okay, you have already completed your portion for the day, or you just want to relax, read that. And what I'm trying to highlight is read these books as a novel. Okay, it'll give you a lot of confidence on the day of the exam. Once you're done, you should focus on investment management risk and then the current issues book. Why I'm placing current issues at the end? Because the weightage is slightly less. Okay, so primary focus should be on these 2 books, credit risk and market risk. Okay. Last 2 month plan. Okay. In the first 15 days, do the entire full revision. Spread operation risk and liquidity risk entirely for the next 15 days. Okay, do 2 to 3 chapters every single day. Rest all the books you can fix. Okay, I'll complete market risk in the first 4 days, credit risk in the next 5 days. Likewise, you can fix, but make sure that you complete one full revision. Okay, and side by side, you can give the sectional test also of each book. Okay, and we have updated the sectional test for your risk management and also for the current issues. Okay, then you are going to give the first mock, the first full mock. Okay, again, do the analysis, take some few days, 1 or 2 days to revise. Also, make sure that your days are fixed. Okay, when are you going to give the exam? What time you're going to give the exam? Treat it like an actual exam. Okay, don't push your exam time frame. Okay, so do the revision and important concepts. Go through the books which you are not comfortable with, or market risk creators do one more quick revision of the concepts. Okay, then give the second mock. Okay, analysis of mock again from level one and level two. Analysis is very, very important. Okay, once you're done, give 2, 3 more days. And over here, I'm asking you to solve at least two mocks and then give GARP sample paper. Okay, you can give it either on 21st day also, it doesn't matter, but give last 2 to 3 days entirely for one full revision. Okay, you will need that time to go through the concepts. Okay, for revision. Again, when you're revising, make sure you credit and market risk you're revising first, and then you're going to the other books. Okay, that's the core concept. So again, give the GAP sample paper, okay, and do the full revision and give a final mock. Now, this if you have time, if you feel that one more mock will give me good confidence, then only give the exam, give this mock, or else do the entire revision. So from day 23 onwards, okay, till the end, only revision. Again, this is the call that the student has to take before the exam. If there are 7, 8 days, if you feel I can give one more mock and it will help me a lot in terms of revision, in terms of question solving, then give the mock, or I'll just completely do the revision. Okay, read the book again and again, look at the formulas, look at the important concepts again. Okay, so this is primarily for level two. Okay, now when you're solving question back, or basically when you're solving mock papers, okay, you should make a note which question was very tough for you. So you did not understood the concept or question. Okay, so when you're giving the mock, even though the mock paper is actually digital, you can keep a piece of paper and you can make a small note. Okay, if there was question number 10 difficult, mark it as cross, so that you know when you are doing the analysis that this question was very tough for me. Okay, there will be some questions which are very unique or very tricky. You know the concept, but the question was asked slightly different. Okay, there are certain type of questions which are time consuming. You have to give different notations. Okay, when you're solving the mocks, you can make a note of it, because when you do the analysis, you can go through those questions again and try to understand, can I solve this question? If yes, how much time it is taking? Why did not I solve while solving the mock papers? You have to ask those questions to yourself. Okay, so there could be certain questions which are time consuming, certain questions which are very, very easy. Once you have this bifurcation, your analysis will become very, very easy. Okay, your analysis will become very easy. Okay. Every time you solve the mock papers, please make a note. I'm not saying you have to write one line. Okay. You need to have the notation. For example, star, question mark, like that. You have to create that for your own, so that when you analyze, it becomes very easy. Okay. How do we help? I'm just going to talk about our preparation methodology. So we have full video lectures available for the chapter. So I generally tell people that if you're going to come to the live lecture, also watch the video, read the textbook, and then you come to the lecture. Okay. So there has to be a good watching of the video, and active reading of the content. Okay. Active reading. Okay. Just don't watch the video. Go and read the textbook also, because before the exam, you will read the textbook all itself. Okay. That is going to give you a lot of confidence. Okay. Then validate, solve the question bank. Okay, we provide chapter wise questions, sectional tests, important concept quiz. You have to solve that. Plus, finally, give a proper full length mock papers. Okay, solve those mock papers properly. This will give you a final push. Like I said, 2 to 3 mock papers you should be giving. Okay, few of the success stories you can watch our YouTube channel. There are a lot of students who have cleared these exams, working professional college students. Okay, you can basically go through their videos and see how they have cleared the exam or what was the strategy. Because throughout this, I've taken, I think so, more than 100 plus or 150 plus interviews. And what has been the biggest learning is that when it's more, the exam is more than understanding, it is more mental game. If you are able to match that mentality of the exam, it's going to be very easy for you to clear the exam. Okay, so the thought process is very simple. Okay, learn from these students who have already cleared the exam. They have already seen all of this. Okay, so FRM success stories. We also do a lot of podcasts. Okay, there are industry people who have come. They've talked about what is the different job roles are there, how FRM students can get opportunities in the market. Okay, so please have a look at those interviews and podcasts. It's going to be really helpful for you to prepare for your interviews, the final interview, and to find a right career in the market. Okay, we have our YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to our channel. Okay, like, share this video, and share this to students who are preparing for the exam. Okay, preparing for the exam. Okay, so again, thank you very much. If you have any queries, okay, you can put it on the comment section, and also You can reach us on this number if you need any support on the day of the exam. Okay, suppose you went to the center, even though you're not my student, if you still face a problem, just drop a message on this number. If you're not getting a response, give a WhatsApp call. Okay, we'll try to help you out as soon as possible. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this video will help you to prepare better for your upcoming exam. Thank you.